In this episode of Real Stories!
Every student in school seemed to be in love with the hot young teacher, but she didn't pay them as much attention as she did me.
I got a confession to make. I totally nailed my super hot teacher! High five for my dingus getting wet!
And I got pregnant when I was still in elementary school.
How?
I grew up in this really...
Hey! Stop! I know what you've been doing, and I'm angry! How many times do I have to catch you watching this sick material? Huh? What's wrong with you? I honestly thought I raised you better than that, but hey, I guess I'm the idiot. Looks like I'm gonna have to get the belt out. Bring me my belt! There's some people in here needing... Oh, hello there! Nice to see you tuning back into your reaction, Daddy. Who's ready for some more story time animated? Stories so real that you would think your life was fake. This girl's allergic to breathing. Guess I'm better than her. Not even touching on that one. I show off my body for money. I gotta respect the hustle, sister. I'm no stranger to dressing up for money. Speaking of, in the previous video, this happened. If this video right here can get 8,000 beautiful likes tonight, I will do something special for you. Daddy cosplay. Oh no. Oh no. Do you know what a deal's a deal? And you did it. You just had to hit the goal, didn't you? Didn't you? So now your extra thick pappy over here has to dress up like a cheerleader in a costume that says Daddy. Well, Papa's gonna be wearing this. Look out for that in the next video. Smash that like button if you cannot wait to see Papa in this and you want more storytime videos, because yes, it does help these videos out, and if the videos do well, then I'm gonna do more of them. I've got a son to feed, you know? Oh no, what is this? If this video right here gets 10,000 beautiful likes, I will dress as 02 from Darling in the Franxx. We seem to be following a trend of Papa dressing up as girls with pink hair, so people have been suggesting 02 recently, so you know what to do, smash like. It's gotta be 10,000 tonight or I ain't doing it, because I don't think I can pull this off. Do you think Papa can pull this? I can't even finish that sentence. That movement was so cringy. Might just have to cancel this video now. 10,000 likes and I'll do it though. My secret relationship with my super attractive teacher. ASMR Pappy in the house.
Hello, my name is Alan.
Hey,
and
Alan.
I have a confession to make.
Okay, Alan. Why do I already know that Alan right here is about to humble brag on us all? He's like, I got a confession to make. I totally nailed my super hot teacher. High five for my dingus getting wet.
I have a secret relationship with my hot teacher. I was really lucky as a child. I would always be one of the most popular kids in school.
Oh, I can already tell I ain't like an elbow over here. He's a smug. Look at that smug face. Look at that smug face. The guy over here really just wants to lay the back of his hand right across his sack. Put him out of commission. I shouldn't say that about another brosif. Never hit the gyms.
I also had the best grades every single year.
I really don't like Alan. Does anybody else feel the same? So far, he's bragged about being the most popular, bragged about being attractive, bragged about banging his teacher. Anything else? Anything else you want to brag about?
I had it really easy.
Yep.
It was a breeze going through primary and middle school.
Good for you, son.
Even high school was easy at first.
Toilet training, totally easy. I took a dookie right in the sink. What? That's not what you do, Alan.
I got along with most everyone, and girls thought I was handsome.
Okay.
So I even got dates whenever I wanted.
Wait, what? Are you drinking wine at the age of like 10 or something? What is wrong with people? I'm guessing it's America because they're talking about middle school and stuff. What have you made her? Is that chicken and a strawberry? Great cook there, Alan. Chicken and strawberries for dinner.
And always got picked first during gym class.
Oh, jeez.
My parents were not so laid back as I was, though.
Right, okay.
They were really strict and would never be happy with anything less than perfection.
But
that
sounds
made
like
the
you are
time I
perfect.
spent at school so much better than the one I spent with them at home.
Oh, I feel bad for
When I was
Alan
in school
now.
with my friends, everything was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Teachers loved me. Everyone wanted to hang out with me.
I bet they
and
did.
I had so much fun. During
Okay.
lunch break, I'd sit with my best friends and joke around.
Yeah.
I did well in every single class, and though I studied, I didn't have to struggle with any subject. However, when I arrived home, my parents began bugging me.
Oh no.
Every single small detail had to be perfect in our home. That meant I had to make my bed every morning, eat everything they cooked no matter if I didn't like it, and get nothing but straight A's. Even a B was unacceptable.
Nothing wrong with bees. In fact, bees are the cornerstone of our foundation in this world.
You like jazz?
Unless you're talking about a B cup, nothing wrong with them either.
And I'd be grounded for a long time. Imagine if I were to arrive home with an F. My parents would have killed me. They got mad if my clothes were dirty.
Boys will be boys. Hey, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? You poop in the sink, not on your bed. Stop that, you naughty boy.
Or my room wasn't always spotless. I mean, they clearly loved me and cared for me deeply.
Well,
I understand they were raising me the best way they knew how, but it was a bit too much for me.
right.
I felt like I never had any leeway when it came to my parents. Mistakes simply weren't permitted. You can imagine the stress I was put through every single day.
Well, I kind of
So
feel
it's not-
sorry for him because you do learn from your mistakes. That's how you go through life. It's if you learn from your mistakes, that's the good thing. If you make mistakes and keep making the same mistake, then you're just like, come on, dog. It's about time you learn that you don't poop in the sink. But yeah, I've talked about poop far too much. I need to learn from that mistake, see? This is all a lesson. Welcome to Papa's channel. Educational, fun, smash like.
Mistakes simply weren't permitted. You can imagine the stress I was put through every single day. So it's no wonder I preferred being at school, or that I found any excuse to spend time in my friends' homes.
Can't wait to see
I
this
tried
teacher.
talking to my
Come on,
parents
show us the
about
teacher.
it, but they explained that they knew best and that one day I'd understand, and I'd be really grateful then. I thought they were ignoring my feelings, and that led me to making the first big mistake of my young life.
Nice.
I wanted to rebel against them a bit.
So
and
so you sleep with your teacher. That's your rebellion. All right. I rebelled a couple of times, but I didn't. Maybe I wasn't. Maybe none of my teachers wanted me. Kind of put my life into perspective. Just gonna go and just gonna do something real quick, okay? I'm back. I was just pooping in the sink.
That's when I began hanging out with the wrong crowd at school.
Oh, nice.
It happened when my parents decided to move us to the other side of the country, without even asking what I felt about it. One day, Mom announced she had gotten a great job offer and that we'd be moving in a week's time.
Oh, that's a
I
bit
had
quick.
to give up everything I had in my home.
Ah, now looky here, buddy. I'm on your parents' side this time. Your mum's got a great job. She's going to be more financially independent for the family. That's a good thing for you, my G. So don't you be whining. Don't you be whining about getting more bank, okay?
Hometown, my friends, my girlfriend, everything I had known.
Oh, no.
I
he's gotta
told them
broke up
I
his
didn't
girlfriend.
want to start anew during my senior year at high school,
That
but
is a
they
bit
told me
interrupting.
it was for the best.
Okay.
We'd be living in a bigger house and have more money to enjoy our free time. The problem was that with my parents, I rarely had free time. Not if they were around.
Think about it, though, my guy. If there's more money, that's more inheritance. So you're a smart boy. Just work it out.
When I started my senior year in a brand new city and a brand new school, I decided I wanted to do something different.
Right.
Something that would annoy my parents.
Oh,
I
that'll annoy
began
them.
hanging out with groups of teenagers I'd never been around before.
Well,
they
yeah.
were rebellious and never studied.
Because you'd
They
never met
also
them.
would drink, even if they were underage.
Not a
Clearly
beer.
not the kind of friends any parent wants their child to have. They were always talking back to the teachers and skipping class.
Uh-oh.
I felt they were so cool, and they gave me the freedom to actually make mistakes. I now understand how much I was messing with my future by hanging out with them, but back then it didn't matter to me.
Bunch of
I
delinquents.
let myself be influenced by them, and I stopped making an effort as well. They prompted me to skip class with them, and we'd spend the whole day doing nothing, just hanging around, talking and drinking.
Oh,
I
no.
was really a mess. Looking back, I can't believe I let them pressure me into everything I did during that year.
But this is gonna happen. You just gotta be smart about it, my guy. You're a smart boy. You're getting A's all over the place. If somebody says, hey, Alan, Albo, Algie, do you want some G Fuel? And you would respond, yes, and you would use code DADDY for a fat
10%.
off. Remember, you can get the new French vanilla flavor, which is a coffee. By the way, a coffee G Fuel, which, by the way, is so delicious. You'd think you were drinking from heaven. But anything else, if somebody offered you a beer or a wine, you know what you would do? You'd say no thanks. Be strong, be confident, be smart. All right? Education. I'm a dad now. I gotta promote this stuff.
My parents were worried and forbade me from hanging out with these students,
Which is a
but
good
I
move.
didn't listen.
No, of course you
Mom
didn't.
and Dad were working so hard.
Wait, what? Was she? Well, hold on a second. I'm not sure about that hand gesture. She's like, you drink some of that loopy adult juice. You gotta. Do you want your little? Oh, no teacher's gonna be want to touch you if you've got a a little one, eh? Little elbow shrinking. You won't be getting A's in school anymore. You'll be coming home with tiny D's.
Mom and Dad were working so hard that they struggled to keep me in check as they had until we moved. My grades got so
I did get a D. I told you you'd get a little D.
bad that even with my previous history, I wouldn't be graduating at the end of the school year.
Oh no.
When my teacher told me this, I completely freaked out. It was one thing to hang out with a few slackers, but if my parents realized I wasn't going to be graduating, they'd kill me. I met with the school's principal and begged for a second chance.
Looks like a smart man.
I explained how I had ambitions to get into a top-tier college, and up until that year, I had the grades and behavior to achieve it. He looked at my record and agreed that I had been an amazing, hardworking student up until I began hanging.
Wait, hold on a second. If they clickbaited me with a thumbnail, is this a bearded gentleman, the guy he has a secret relationship with? Because if that's the case, then I'm all for it. I mean, I was expecting a whammon. Nothing wrong with the man, but I was clickbaited. So this is what it feels like.
Hanging out with the wrong crowds. He explained that I would be given a chance to make up for the credit I was missing, but I wouldn't get a third chance. If I didn't get it right this time, it was game over. I immediately agreed and promised I would work really hard. So it was decided that I should stay after school and recover the credit I was missing. If I managed to show improvement before the school year was over,
Makes sense.
then I'd be able to graduate with the rest of my class.
Work hard,
and
my
it
guy.
wouldn't affect my grades.
Work hard, my guy.
This meant that I could actually get into a great college and make my parents proud after all. I felt so relieved, but annoyed at the same time.
Yeah, you wasted
I
your
didn't
time.
really feel like staying late every single day and missing anything fun. After all, I wouldn't have the time to hang out with friends or relax at all. However, I was the one who messed up,
Yes.
and this was the only way to avoid ruining my future.
He's learning. And a lot of these stories, they don't learn from their own mistakes and they keep on making mistakes. But this guy's learning. He understands that to get his life back on track, he has to work hard, he has to study, he has to sacrifice. And that's what you have to do in life. You have to sacrifice and you have to work hard to get the things you want in life. So, yeah, go on, Alan. I respect that.
Sure. I couldn't allow a few mistakes to mess everything I was supposed to do with
Very
my
good
life.
point.
As annoyed as I might be with my parents' strict attitudes, they were right in a way. I wasn't going to let a single year ruin all the effort I had put into my studies over time.
Good lad.
So I ended up agreeing. What I could have never imagined was that I would meet the love of my life in that after-school program.
was about to get
I
Josie.
walked into the classroom and there
Oh, look at him. He's got a crisp shirt on. He's wearing a devilishly handsome smile. And he is strutting his stuff. He's wearing his best cologne. He's like, miss, smell my musk.
she was. Perfect from head to toes. The most gorgeous woman I had ever
Show me her.
seen.
Show
I
me
must
her.
have stared openly at her because she laughed and asked me to take a seat.
Thank you for staring, Alan. Take a seat, you creep. I mean, yeah. She's all right. She's got a bit of greeny eyes on the go. I kind of got greeny, browny eye sort of things going on. So yeah, I appreciate her. Imagine walking up to a girl and going, I appreciate you. You probably get a slap.
Her laughter was stunning, and I couldn't help but smile at her like a fool. I was instantly smitten by her.
Okay.
I realized right that instant that love at first sight was absolutely real. She had dark brown hair and big green eyes. Her smile was beautiful, and she was so sweet and caring. She introduced herself as Miss Samantha Riley.
Ooh, Samantha Riley. Yes, let's do this, boy.
Samantha really did care about her students. She wasn't there to roll her eyes at us and wait until the program was over.
That's because she was grooming.
Other teachers didn't seem to mind if we learned or not. She asked me why I had to take these classes, and I explained the mistakes I had made. I told her all about how my parents were so strict and how I just wanted to rebel once in my life.
Yeah.
I knew I had messed up and wanted to fix it, so it wouldn't affect my future. Surprisingly, she understood completely.
Of course she understood, because she likes a bad boy. Everyone likes a bad boy or a girl. It's the danger. Plus, this relationship is totally taboo.
Samantha told me she didn't believe that
Wait a minute, he's like totally calling her Samantha as well, not Mrs. Riley or Ms. Riley or anything like that. She's like, Sammy. Oh, baby girl, Sam.
student should be judged by just a handful of grades. She always focused more on the overall effort they had made through the year. I was so relieved and felt like I had found someone I could confide in. So, as the days went by, we began growing really close to each other.
Okay.
Samantha loved talking to me. She helped me study and complete my homework. She also wanted to know about me and my life. She wanted to be there for me, and I fell more and more in love with her as time went by. I wanted so badly to be her boyfriend.
Aren't you like 5? I mean, come on, my guy. What are you? You're probably towards the end of high school because you're about to graduate, so you're what, 17, 18? Which, again, I'm not all up to date on my American law since I left law school 20 years ago. That would make me 11. Actually, no. I don't even know my own age. I'm almost 33. I should go back to school. Even if he is 17 or 18, one, that's not legal to have a relationship, you know, the nasty kind. And two, I think she's in a position of power, so she's already in a sticky situation with the law.
But I couldn't imagine a woman like her paying any attention to me.
No,
She
you're
would
a
confide in
loser.
me, though, telling me about her problems with her student loans.
Oh,
Samantha
no.
had graduated 3 years prior. She was
Okay.
really young. I think she was only 26 when
Okay, so 26. That's pretty young to have some fun. Just don't do it with your students.
every student in school seemed to be in love with the hot young teacher. But she didn't pay them as much
Hormones.
attention as she did me.
Of course
One day-
not. That's what they all say. Well, you got Butch Cassidy that's been held back 4 years, getting private lessons too. She's slipping in easy, slipping her D's on.
I couldn't stop myself any longer. I confessed my feelings for her.
Wait, what? After like 4 days? My guy, for a smarty pants, you're not too smart unless he was feeling the vibe, the connection.
And asked her to go on a date with me.
Ooh.
She looked surprised at first, and I thought that she would scold me. Instead, Samantha kissed me.
What?
I melted in her arms as I kissed her back.
What? He was a snowman. Terrible joke. But what? Really? Sammy? Come on. I know you got student loans to pay, but this isn't the way to get it.
Asked her to go on a date with me. She looked surprised at first, and I thought that she would scold me. Instead, Samantha kissed me.
Get the
I
tongue
melted
right
in her
in there.
arms as I kissed her back. It was the best moment of my entire life. Samantha and I talked after that. She explained that she really liked me back, but that we couldn't let anyone know about us.
Oh, yeah,
If
because
someone
she's going
found
to
out,
jail.
not only would she lose her job, she might also be sent to jail for a long time.
That's not her. That's you, buddy. Unless somehow she body snatches you. Where's your skin?
I didn't want to get her in any trouble, so of course, I promised
of
I
course.
wouldn't tell a soul.
You're a teenager, your
Samantha
hormones
and
are
I
raging.
began seeing
Oh, at
each
least
other
he brought her
regularly
flowers.
after school. We also
Was he drinking wine? Who is this guy? Who is he?
kissed in the classroom when no one else was
I
around.
bet you did.
We both knew what we were doing was wrong, but we didn't care. We were madly in love
Yeah, of
and
course.
wanted to spend our whole lives with each other. Sam and I began making plans for after I graduated.
Yeah, you're gonna go to Mexico and she's going to cut out your organs and sell them on the black market. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna wake up in a bathtub full of ice.
She promised she'd move close to the college I ended up being accepted into, and
No.
we'd make our love public there.
I'm pretty sure making love in public is illegal. If you were to, all the other stuff was bad enough, but doing that, you can't just go to the park bench and go, "Hey Sam, what's going here?" Nice, dude.
My parents never discovered what was going on with me and Sam.
But his dad's making the old eyes. Ooh, she's a nice little filly. Well, that creeped me out. My own voice creeped me out.
She pretended to be just another teacher to me whenever someone was around. I was one of the few students who claimed she wasn't really that hot. I needed to pretend I didn't like her after all. I wouldn't have been able to hide my feelings for her if I began speaking of how beautiful she was.
No, like, come on. All your friends are like, "Hey, she's something else." You know what I'm saying? All you needed to say was, "Yeah, she's nice." It's gonna be more suspicious for you to go, "Her, that old hag, 26, she may as well be my granny."
Have been able to hide my feelings for her if I began speaking of how beautiful she was. We've been dating for 3 whole months, and
Wow.
I'll be graduating next week. Thanks to Sam, not only did I earn my missing credit, but I actually improved my grades massively. The principal is really proud of my improvement. He said he would write a recommendation letter for me to send with my college application.
Oh, wow.
I'm a bit worried about graduating because that means soon I'll have to tell my parents about my relationship with Sam.
No, you don't.
They know her as my teacher, so it's not like I can claim she is someone I met at college. That's going to be a really awkward conversation, but I hope they'll understand.
Wait.
Sam and I are in love, and I'm not breaking up with her, no
what?
matter what my parents think about our relationship. At least I'll be away at college and not living under their roof. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and check out other videos.
Is that it? You can't just stop the video there. You basically just dangled a little bit of meat in front of my face, and I'm like, nom, then you pull it away. Where is the ending? This story has not ended. Where is the ending to this story? Are they living happily ever after? Is this story literally just happening right this very second, and he's graduating this year? What is going on? I need the ending to this story. You can't just block me like that. Internet, people out there, please find the second part or the ending to this story and let me know, because I want to watch that as well. I want to know what happened to Alan. Did he graduate? Are they still together? Is she in jail? Are the parents forgiving? Are they even buried in their own backyard because they found out about their secret relationship and Samantha hit them over the back of the head with a spade, and then they had to hide the body, and oh, it's a whole mess. The best part about this whole story is that it's supposed to be a secret relationship, yet he's posted it to 1 million people. Oh, wow, and you sly dog, you humble bragging the whole way, weren't you? Boy in all-girls school. My amazing life.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Diego.
Hey,
And
Diego.
I'm the only guy at an all-girls school.
You player.
It sounds like a dream come true for any teenager, right?
Yep.
Well, let me tell you what being surrounded by girls 24/7 really feels like.
Look at him winking. Look at that guy. Look at that smarmy son of a gun. He's like holding two women's by their waists that basically don't exist.
First, it's essential you all understand how this came to happen.
Okay.
After all, this was an exclusive school that only accepted female students.
Yeah, how did you get in? Did you like wear a wig and like stuff your shirt with some paper roll or something?
So how come I was allowed to enroll at all in the first place? Honestly, it's kind of my fault.
Uh-oh.
I was a messed up kid, you see. My mom and dad worked long hours. They did their best, but they were rarely around.
Is that because your dad's old as hell? He's about 80. Oh, one more box, was that my spine breaking?
That meant I spent a lot of time alone instead of focusing on my studies and behaving as a good boy should. I began messing up.
I began
I'd
watching
hang out with the
adult
wrong crowds
videos.
and began getting in real trouble. It got worse every month, and my parents got called from my school so often they didn't know how to handle it.
Oh no.
I was accused of shoplifting once. It wasn't me who was stealing, but one of my friends. I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and already had a terrible reputation. My parents didn't believe me at first. After we sat down and talked, they understood I really hadn't been the thief. All of the stolen possessions were under my friend's clothes,
What is he, a stripper? Shaking his belly for some money? Sliding them dollar bills inside?
and he already had a criminal record, even if he was.
He had a wanted poster. He was literally a wanted man. This was way back in the cowboy times. And this guy was caught stealing a horse.
17. Even if I wasn't to blame for the robbery,
My parents were squashed thin as punishment.
I was still worried about my attitude and the friends I had made. I stayed out till late at night, and I broke curfew often, and my mom told me I was spiraling out of control. That's when my dad and mom decided something had to change. They needed to keep an eye on me, but they couldn't precisely quit their jobs. So they talked to my Aunt Laura, who was the headmistress of this exclusive school
For
that had
girls.
up until that year only accepted girls.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call BS on this story right away, because there's no way in heckles that an all-girls school is gonna accept a boy. The whole purpose of being in an all-girls school and these girls go into an all-girls school is that they're all girls.
Laura wanted to help my parents handle my education. She was my mother's sister and had seen how worried Mom was about me. She wanted to help set me straight and be a good aunt. So she came up with a plan.
Oh, I
She
bet she
checked the
did.
school's regulations and managed to find a loophole.
Okay.
Laura managed to open the inscription to the school for boys as well, but didn't make a public announcement or change the website's description.
Oh.
So though technically boys could enroll, no one but my parents knew about it. I was so angry when my parents told me I'd be changing schools.
But
My friends and everyone I got along with went there. I'd have to begin all over with students I didn't even know.
they'll all
It
be
wasn't fair.
girls.
I tried to refuse, but of
Oh,
course,
he's crying.
there was nothing I could do to avoid it.
Enjoy that
On the first day of
salty
school,
rain.
though, I realized the situation wasn't as bad as I imagined.
No.
I walked inside the classroom, and every single girl turned around to stare at me.
Of course they did, of course. Yeah, he was strutting his stuff down the hall. He's like, ladies, yes, yes, I have a pippy. A big pippy.
They immediately began whispering and talking with each other. The teacher introduced me to the class, explaining how I was the new student. They were all clearly confused since no one knew boys were now
Yeah, they were like, oh, we're so confused. Look at their faces, thoughts.
admitted. After it was explained, they all seemed delighted. When the break arrived, almost every single one of my classmates rushed to my side.
Yep.
They surrounded me and began asking me all kinds of questions. They openly flirted with me and batted their eyes. I was the center of attention. It was so cool. As the days went by, I began noticing girls wore makeup and shortened their skirts. They were all trying to get my attention.
Yeah, that's that, yeah. Is this guy having a dream or like, has he been hit by a truck and been reincarnated in another world?
Some were even bold enough to ask me out. I went on so many dates those first few weeks. I also got kissed several times. They were so beautiful and adorable, and I always had some girl grabbing my arm while I walked down the school.
Oh, this is gonna go crazy. They're all gonna go yandere over each other and start like, just start ripping. This is basically gonna turn into Yandere Simulator right here, but senpai and a bunch of crazies.
Hallways. The problem began when jealousy arose between the girls.
They gonna
At first,
get mad.
they all seemed to agree that since I was the only boy there, I wouldn't be exclusive. All deserved a chance to get some attention from me, they said. I was happy with that, and at one point, I had 5 girlfriends, though they were all aware of each other.
They must be, come on, they must be allowed outside into the actual world, right? It's like they've all been caged in somebody's attic and they're like, wow, there's a man here. Ooh, hug me.
They were cool with it at first, but then some of the girls began developing feelings for me. Some wanted to spend more time with me than initially agreed.
Uh-oh.
A few even convinced.
Check the contract, Sandra. Mylene was 5 till 9, and then Samantha. Oh, Samantha, she was 9:15 to 9:45.
They were cool with it at first, but then some of the girls began developing feelings for me. Some wanted to spend more time with me than initially agreed. A few even convinced me to miss dates with other girls,
Ruh-roh.
and that created a lot of conflict between the students who had been friends for so long. It seemed that my presence there was ruining everything. Previously, the girls had mostly been friendly to one another, but now they were all bickering and arguing between classes. My aunt called me to her office and asked me what was going on.
Put your pee-pee away. Put Shrek back in the swamp, please.
I told her everything and explained I didn't know how to get out of the mess I had created for myself. All my girlfriends wanted me to be exclusive with them,
Dump them all.
and I didn't know how to choose without creating a bigger problem.
What?
Plus, I liked all of them, and every time I thought of dumping one, I ended up finding excuses not to go through with it. In the end, my aunt solved the problem, adding a new rule to the school's regulations.
No dating.
Dating was absolutely forbidden on school grounds, as was any PDA. That meant that I couldn't date these girls even if I wanted. It was a bit sad since I really did like my girlfriends, but now that school
I really did like my girlfriends, all 5 of them.
was at peace, I got to become friends with most of the girls I had dated before.
So hold on a second, not only did you you made loads of relationships, then you friend-zoned them? If you were a smart boy, you would have saw them on the sly.
And realized how great that could be as well. There would be time to get beautiful girlfriends in the future, but I decided it was best to focus on my studies and finally make my parents proud.
This guy!
Thanks for watching.
This guy! Nah, that can't be real. That story cannot be real. That sounds like I've just gone onto the internet and gone, hey, by the way, I went to an all-girls school, totally maxed out with like 69 of them, and then became friends with them all because I'm such a good guy. I will get super hot, beautiful girlfriends in the future, but now is time to be a good Christian boy. Where are my hot whammons at? To be honest, I think both these stories were fake. What do you guys think? But there we go. There's the end of this reaction video. Reaction Pappy has had enough of these insanity stories for one day. If you enjoyed today's video and you would like to see more, then smash that like button. It really, really is appreciated. If you want to see more of them, obviously, let me know down in the comment section below. The more support these videos get, the more likely I am to do them. It's a business after all, and 10,000 likes and I'll dress up as 02. Either way, guys, I'm out of here. I've been Razzbowski. You've been the beautiful Raspberries as always for watching, and I love each and every single one of you. Goodbye.